we have a good time, but eventually someone ends up falling in love. Go, go. Just let yourself go. I know
That should do it. Alrighty then. Welcome back to ZacharyTunes. Here for episode... Is this number 5 now? I think it is. Wow. We're already on 5. Holy schmoly. Schmoly's an interesting choice of words there. I just didn't want to swear too early on to the episode. I wanted to set the right precedent, you know what I mean? And the right president is not President Trump. Wee. Anyway, let's get into today. How are you guys? How have you been? Let me know in the comments, because that's the best way I can interact with you guys. On the same vein as that, comment, like, and feel free to subscribe. I would love to see people coming back and making a community and your guys' opinions on the albums that I look at and your guys' opinions on the absolute nonsense that I get on talking about. So, feel free to stick around, and I hope to see you in recurring videos. Speaking of recurring videos, I've really been enjoying my chess rating climb. Massively been enjoying my chess rating climb. Every day, I get up and almost the first thing I normally get up and like maybe brush my teeth and have a piss and whatnot, you know, normal human things, and get my water. But after that, the first thing I do is I do my 2 daily games of chess. I have 2 games of 30-minute chess. I sit down and I talk through every move and I think about what I'm doing. Sometimes it goes better than other times. Sometimes I forget to think about it, even though I've given myself all this time. But for the most part, we've been doing really well. We've been playing some fantastic chess. I'm playing so much better. I'm consistently playing at like a minimum of like 1700 rated, which is really good. And I'm quite happy with that. I'm currently only rated, I think 1,173, I believe is my current rating. But we're climbing. My ideal for the end of this year is I will be above 1,500. That's where I'm aiming for. So we're going to keep climbing and we're going to make our way there. If we don't get there, who cares? We'll get there by the next point in time that we set. But either way, I think we're on a good stead for that. One of the things that pushes me to keep going with my chess is not only do I want it for myself, that's like the major point. Of course, I value chess highly. I think it's an incredible game. I think it's fantastic for your mind, and like you can do chess forever. You know, until you can't, you can. You know, it's great for keeping your mind sharp, and I like to continue this into old age. The other little thing that I would find really interesting is perhaps so I've got a little nephew, and if by some chance he takes an interest in chess, and he sits there and watches his uncle playing chess on YouTube, I don't know, I just think that would be a really cool thing, you know. It'd be nice to give him something that he can sit and watch with his, not to be morbid, but like if I could kick the bucket, you know, and he wants to know who his uncle is, there's a bunch of videos which will show quite what a knobhead he was. So if you're watching this, hey bud, you're such a little thing right now. I think you've barely just got past 1. You're maybe coming up to 1.5 in a couple months, and you are the cutest little thing. The cutest little thing. And may you have the best and longest life ahead of you. I adore you. I really do. Really do. Anyway, that's enough of the gushy feelings section for the start here. Or is it? Maybe we'll move on to some more gushy feelings and we'll talk about the fact that the Friday just gone, for me that is, for you this will be God knows when, but for the Friday just gone for me, my housemate, Hon Louise, has left my house. He's moved in with Ibra now, so he's not far away. I'll still see him around. However, my first housemate out here in Spain is gone now. So for the past couple of days, and the next two, it's just me in the house. And I mean, as much as Juan he's just never around anyway, so it was basically like I was living alone in the first place. Because he just works so much. That man is a workhorse, I tell you. He's an absolute unit. I have a lot of respect for him. I wish I could have an ounce of the dedication he has. But in the idea of being in a house alone, I got like the slightest taste of what it might be like to live alone. You know, have a flat by myself. And I really like the idea of it. Like me, like having bought a flat to myself and just living by myself. I like the idea of that. I feel like I enjoy my own company quite a lot nowadays, which I've always enjoyed my company, but like much more so nowadays than I used to. And I think that that's a good thing in itself. And I think having my own space is a nice way to explore that a bit more. And obviously you can invite people into your space. If I were to find a partner, I could always be like, hey, move in with me. You know, I like that idea. I like the idea of another thing. If I were to find a partner and I wanted to move somewhere, I like the idea of like having them move in with me. Like if it was my place and I moved in with them, like they moved in with me, or it was their place and I moved in with them. I like that more than moving into a place together. Purely because, like, obviously, you don't want to fail for failure. You don't want to plan for failure, and I never do. Like, if I was to move in with somebody, I'm going full head for it. But in the eventuality that something doesn't work out and you want to part ways, it's so much easier to be like, okay, I move out then because it's your space, or you move out because it's my space, kind of thing. But obviously, if you like, it's like that's the thing. It's a building block. You move into somebody's place and you sit together. Then you move into like your own place together, and continue. Is the idea for that? I assume, maybe, who knows. I haven't done it yet, so I guess we'll find out. On terms of having a new housemate, on what day is it today? It's Monday, of course it is, because I film these on Mondays. On Wednesday, I will have a new housemate. I will also be seeing my auntie. My auntie's on a cruise and she's coming over, and I'm going to say hi and spend the day with her, which will be really cool. But on Wednesday, I will have a new housemate. And I have no idea what she's like, but she seems nice from the maybe 2 messages we've sent each other so far. I think she's German. Speaks Spanish. Speaks English as well, I believe. So shouldn't have any problems communication-wise, seeing as we've got at least 2 languages in common. And hopefully when my German friends are back, I'll link them up and maybe they'll get on well with each other, and we'll see. But I don't know. I don't know. The idea of having a new housemate is interesting to me because I haven't thought about that for a long time. You know, like normally like back in England when I'd move houses, you often knew the people first and then you'd go find houses together. Whereas since I've come out here, like when I came out here the first place, I had no idea who I was going to be moving in with. But obviously I moved into a place where Juan already was, you know. Whereas now, I'm here. It's like I've been here. And now somebody's moving into what is now my space, which I have no idea who they are. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I'm interested. I've not had a situation like this since like uni, I guess, like the first year of uni. So I don't know. I think it could be interesting. I hope she's nice. I'm sure we'll get on with each other, and I like to think I'm fairly agreeable. I don't think I have too many problems with me. I'm sure Conways might tell you otherwise, or anyone that I've lived with might tell you otherwise, because, I do have certain issues. But for the most part, I like to think I'm nice. I at least try to be. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see with that. Also, tomorrow is a big day for me. Tomorrow is a big day for me because we have our cita. We have our appointment with the Spanish government again to basically rectify the mistake that was made when I first came over and tried to get my documents sorted and all that kind of nonsense. I'm trying to fix what I should have had back then. I tried to get back then, but there was a miscommunication, and I managed to get the slightly wrong thing, I believe. I have the NIE, the NIE, but I'm supposed to have a different version of it to be able to work and live here, which I had no idea, and I'm trying to figure that out and fix that tomorrow at 12:03, I believe my date is, my appointment. So, depending on how that goes, depends on literally everything, to be honest. Tomorrow is when I find out my situation, what I'm doing in the future. Can I stay here? Can I work here? Am I going back to England at some point? Do I have to go? Am I getting removed from here? Am I getting fined? Am I okay because I was trying? Was I fine in the first place? We'll figure that all out tomorrow. So, wish me the best of the luck. Not that it matters, because by the time you see this, it will be possibly even months since it's happened. But if you're watching this and you don't wish me luck, you're just a bit of a dickhead, aren't you? Really? So, just wish me luck anyway, wouldn't you? Thanks, appreciate it. I'm gonna have a sip of water here. Don't forget to hydrate, alright? I want to make sure you guys are hydrated, because hydration is important. You should be getting 3 litres a day, roughly, for a man, I think it is, and maybe a bit less for a woman, I don't know. Something like that. That's what I heard. Furthering on about my life in general. Today, a bit later, almost directly after I finish recording this, I have ultimate Frisbee training. It'll be the first actual training that I'll go to in years, but 2 in Spain. I'm excited, actually. I'm really excited. It's always a lot of fun. I'm excited to see the structure of their trainings. I'm pretty sure they were champions last season or whatever, so I'm intrigued to see the vibe there. I'd love to see if I could make it into a team. But obviously for that I probably need boots and much better cardio. That's another thing. I'm looking forward to see how my new body holds up. And obviously I say new body as if I got MOT'd and redone. But to a certain extent I have. The last time since always, whenever I played Frisbee, I was always heavier, not in the best shape. Whatever. This is the best shape I've been in. So I'll be intrigued to see how I fare, see if I find it easier, see if I can, bust into the sprints a bit more. I definitely need to stretch. I need to warm up and stretch and look after my my poor body, because I need to stretch in general. I don't. I really should. Anyone that's watching that like has aches, pains, anything, even if you don't have aches, pains, anything, if you go gym, if you do anything, people in general should stretch. Should always stretch. I, even though I know this, I still don't. But I need to. I will start. It was. I'm not. I'm not saying I should start. I will start. I will start stretching. I will look after my body as I should. You know, it's important, and many people have told me to do it, and I've neglected it. And the first time that I found out quite how truly important it was to stretch yourself was it was December last year. I was doing a challenge with my friend, good old Lucas, and we challenged each other to see who would be in the best shape by the end of the year. And I was caning it, I was going hard. I was in good shape. I was in really good shape. Not as good as I am now, but I was in good shape and I was strong. But I was going gym heavy, and I wasn't doing any stretches. And I hit one session where I hit some deadlifts. I hit one that was kind of sideways. I tried doing a dead hang to like sort of relieve tension in my back. That made it much worse. And then I went to sleep on it. No stretches, no nothing. I went to sleep on it. Woke up the next day and I couldn't walk. I was immobile. And I was like, fuck. What did I do? And it took me about a day and a half of just being in bed to be able to like get up and move. And then after that, I had to like slowly work my way in to be able to like move a bit more. But I was in real pain for a long time. Like I couldn't sit down. I was streaming a lot at the time, on TikTok, and I couldn't sit at my chair for a lot of it because I was getting serious pain in my back from that. Also, to be fair, the chair that I was sat in was really bad for me, which I figured also wasn't helping. But there was a few things compounding, making my back just terrible. And I went to an osteopath and was like, "Hey, help." And she was like, "All right, let's have a look at you." And she gave me a workover and just sat me. I was like, "Hey, right, so this is what's going on with you." And that was also how I found out how like interconnected your body is. There was the fact that like my chest was stronger than my back, so it was rounding my shoulders and adding tension to my back. My ass cheeks, my glutes, were slightly weaker, and that wasn't pulling my my posterior chain tight, and therefore was adding stress to my back as well. My abs were weaker, and that wasn't keeping my core tense, making my back weaker. And like the shoes I was wearing, my feet were off, and it was like your whole. I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, your body is your body is one thing, so of course they're fucking connected. It's like should be common sense, but when you have a pain somewhere, you have a pain in your back, for example, you think, oh, what's wrong with my back? And you neglect to think about your entire body. So after that, I started stretching daily, started working on things, and here I am. I got myself back into working shape. I'm able to move around, do my stuff, run around, do everything. And stupidly, after now being able to do all that again, I've stopped stretching. As if it's something that you do just to fix a problem and then you stop. No, it's something you should do to maintain your shape, your physique, your wellness. And I need to remember that and start practicing it as such, because I'm not trying to be messed up, man. Like, I've spent my entire life up till now watching my dad have his back go in and out of shape, and like there being times where he'd literally be doing the most mundane of tasks. He'd like, I don't know, pick a cushion up off the floor or something, or he'd pick a cushion up off the sofa, and his back's gone, and he's just immobile now, and I have to sit him down and sit him on a chair, and just leave him there. and all you can do is sit on a chair or be in bed, and those are the two things you can do for sometimes days until it gets better. And that December was the first sort of taste of that I ever had. And I was 23 at the time. And I was like, nah, man, I can't be having this now. So if that is the case, I really need to keep it up, keep myself supple and tender so that I don't have those issues in the long run. Because how am I supposed to have kids? How am I supposed to pick up my kid if my back's fucked? You know, how am I supposed to do any sort of task, any sort of work? How am I supposed to do anything if my back doesn't work? So, yeah, I need to make sure I work on that. Is my main thing. And then, possibly something that you might be wondering is, what the fuck happened to your hair? That's a good question. I shaved it all off. Why? Felt like it, didn't I? I don't know. I wanted to do it in the idea of like a symbolic reason, you know, in the idea of shedding shite. Just getting rid of it. Just getting rid of all the shit that's on me. Getting rid of it. Being loose and free. And God, it feels good. And being loose and free and just... Now we work, you know. Get rid of that. Get rid of the foolishness and just be serious. And... Yeah. Here we are. I shaved it all off literally about half an hour ago. I literally shaved it off, got in the shower, and then I sat down here in front of the camera and I've started speaking to you. So, it's pretty fresh. Pretty fresh. I did it myself, if you couldn't tell. But it feels good. It feels nice to be free again. You know? Like, I liked having long hair. I mean, I did it for a long ass time. I think I grew it for like 2 and a bit years almost. And I loved having braids. I will miss my braids. Because, damn, I looked fucking good with braids. I will not have anyone say otherwise. I look good as fuck with braids. But it's so much less upkeep when you're bald. And also, on the terms of upkeep, if I want braids, let's say I stretch it to month and a half. Every month and a half, I have to pay to get them re-raided and get a cut and all that kind of shit. I spent €13 on a shaver, and now I get haircuts for free for as long as I want. That's way cheaper. And especially when we've got our magical date tomorrow, which decides my future, it's probably best to not be frivolously spending on things where we can cut costs. And this is a serious money saver. So that's also a benefit. So yeah. Those are my reasons, I suppose. I can't stop feeling my hair now. Anyone that's cut their hair short knows how good this feels. It's magical. It's like entrancing. I'm just rubbing my head. And it just feels phenomenal. I'm just like, yeah, man. This is wonderful. Anyway, let me stop doing that before I get carried away. And how about we move on to what we're actually here for? And that is album 496 of the Rolling Stones Top 500. And we have an absolute treat for you today. Absolute treat for you today. I did not know that this album was so soon. I mean, I didn't know that the album was in there at all, because I haven't looked at the list. But I didn't know that there was going to be such a banger of an album so soon. by someone. So, I mean, obviously we've had Als Rufus and Shaka Khan, who are massively well known, and the rest of them, I suppose, are also massively well known. But we've got the one, the only Shakira with Donde Estan Ladrones, joder. Where Are the Thieves? The album from, I want to say, is 1998. I believe she released this in 1998. I was correct. Why would I ever doubt myself? I'm always correct. Shakira. Now, for me, right, I was born in 2001, okay? Right, some of you that are watching this will be like, Christ, you're old. Some of you will be like, Unk. Some of you will be like, you're a fucking little baby. 2001, you were born in 2000 and something, crazy. So, you know, everyone's got their different opinions. But for me in 2001, this album obviously was released before I was born. Shakira is somewhat of, like, well, I mean, not somewhat, she is a legend, she's a massive cultural icon. But, coming from, like, the English-speaking portion of the world, the reason and the most of what we get of Shakira is the later stuff where she started translating to English and she'd started singing in English. So I never really got a taste for her in Spanish. You know, like I never knew that Shakira was Spanish or sang in Spanish at all. Well, obviously she's Colombian, but I never knew that she was a Spanish speaker until, I don't know, I was like 15 or something like that. Like, I had no idea. So then, after that, I've never then gone to the point where I've looked at any of her music in Spanish. Even after I found my love for Spanish music, I never, like, sort of delved back into like, Shakira's older music. I got swept up with the wave of Bad Bunny and like Jaco and who else, Rolesby and like that sort of, the new sort of reggaeton boys, that kind of stuff. Not just reggaeton as well. I like Verlan Garcia, trying to think of some other people. Everyone that I'm thinking of right now is reggaeton, but either way, I got caught up in a lot of the newer artists, and I never sort of really went back for some of the older, big songs in the Spanish music. So this album coming up was like, I was excited for this. It was just like, here you go, here's a little present for you, and yeah, I gotta say, banger. Anyway, we'll have a little look into Shakira and her album. Obviously, she's a singer-songwriter, and one of the big things that I found out during this about Shakira was that she, like, the songwriter part of her is a lot bigger than I ever, like, knew to give her credit for. You know, like, I knew she was a singer, but, like, with most, like, big singers, I sort of just never think about the fact that some of them write their own music, you know, and she really has a talent for writing songs, you know, like, each song that she writes is just, like, it's a song, you know, like, I gotta go to her. We'll get into more of that later. She's got 4 Grammy Awards, 15 Latin Grammy Awards. She made her debut at age 14. Like, her debut album was at age 14. What? That's wild. How's that even... Is that even legal? You know what I mean? She has had a #1 album in 4 different decades. I'm going to just read that for you again. She has had a #1 album in 4 different decades. Are we okay? The 90s, the thousands, 10s, and the 20s. Are we okay? And most impressive of all, she was in Zootopia. Moving on, she founded her own charity for poor children in Colombia. Obviously, when she was younger, she had a history of, I think she was in like some sort of convent or something or other, where they sent them out to look after and help lesser well off children, and so it was always part of her sort of thing, and she helped with that, which, you know, we love charity, we love looking after people, we love humanity, so that's thumbs up, you know what I mean. A very swag move from her. Her family's finances changed, everything. Things sort of took a downhill. And with her first album, at age 14, she bought her parents a car. Do you know how fucking big nuts that is? At 14-year-old, to be buying your parents a car. I want to buy my parents a car. I'm 24, sat in a room with crippling debt. She was 14 buying her parents a car. That's some serious respect. Found out she briefly starred in a telenovela, and boy oh boy do we know how I love telenovelas. If you don't know how I love telenovelas, oh my lordy lord, right? I found out that I loved them completely by accident watching. Oh, so I was on Netflix, and I wanted to watch something in Spanish, right? I wanted to up the amount of time I was spending like in taking Spanish. This was months ago now, where like I was desperately trying to improve my Spanish speaking, which obviously I still am trying to do. However, like this was one of the first things that I decided to watch. Shout out Jonathan Tete, because that man, he reminded me that it's so much easier to learn when you just consume it in a natural sort of setting. Like, you know, they're speaking and doing the thing naturally. You're absorbing it like that. So I saw him saying about this, and I was like, you know what? Bosh. I'm going to find myself something to watch. And I came across Nuevo Rico, Nuevo Pobre. So like new rich, new poor. And it was like these two babies that got swapped at birth. One of them ended up really rich, one of them ended up really poor. And then like 30 years later, they get swapped back around. And it got me. It hooked me like a fish. And I was in. They have these telenovelas, the Colombian telenovelas, they have a fantastic way of making, like, you've got your characters that you really want the best for them, and like shit just keeps happening. You're like, no man, I want the best. And then the other thing they do really, really well, they have some bastards in there, man. Like the bad guy in telenovelas is a bad fucking guy, you know. Like, I've watched some soaps like in England, you know, your EastEnders, your whatnot, and like, don't get me wrong, they do have some bad guys in it, but like for the most part, there's some sort of complacency to the character. There's some reason why they're evil, blah 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 blah, you know. Whereas in this, they make the bad people bad fucking people, you know, like they're the worst of the worst, and there's no redemption to them. They are just bad people, and I loved that show. And one of the characters in it, one of the actors in it, I loved him in it. I then recently was on Netflix scrolling through, and I saw one called Rojo Carmesi, which has the same actor in it. And I was like, come on. I was like, yeah, all right. So I sat, and like, for context, Rojo Carmesi is about it's based in the world of like makeup and cosmetics, and there's this woman who's got like this incredible formula for lipstick, and it's following her through like business, her relationship with and like some other shit going on. Like, what am I doing watching that? Don't know, but it's phenomenal. It's so much deeper than I thought as well. It actually really hit me. Like her granddad dies in it. Spoilers, my bad. But it hits. Like it's rough, and the acting's surprisingly good in it. Apart from there's like an American guy in it who, like, he's married, so he's in America. He's in like Miami, I think, and he's married this Colombian woman. So like he speaks to her in a mix of like Spanish and English, and he's got a very thick American accent when he speaks Spanish, which like is jarring, but like it is what it is. But then when he speaks English, like I feel like you can tell that the script was written by like a Spanish speaker, because he just sound like the stuff he says in English just sounds so wrong. It sounds really weird, and the acting stinks. But I kind of enjoy it and I find it funny. So, it's fine. It's endearing. And the show's really good. I really enjoy it. I've gone on a tangent. This has got nothing to do with Shakira. Yeah, so she going back to Shakira, she's been quoted to say that she missed out on like her adolescence and whatnot, because obviously she was very focused on her career and her aspirations, and obviously having put out your first album at 14 and then being a massive success after that. I mean, the first one wasn't the biggest success, but like she was a massive success and was focused on being a massive success after that. Obviously, yeah, I understand how she's missed out on her adolescence there, and like you missed out on being a kid, which does suck. But you are Shakira, and you are rich, so potato tomato. You know what I mean? As for the album, it took 9 months to record, which I can understand because it is fantastically produced, which I will say about 10 times later when I am going through the songs. This album was during her black-haired rock era. I honestly, I don't really listen to much Shakira in English. However, I didn't realize that she was like a rock star. Like she's a serious rock star. For real, and I was like, oh damn, all right, okay. They really put effort into the album. Like they used some old ass equipment to get the sounds that they wanted. Like they really wanted to make it sound the way they wanted to make it sound. And I respect and I love when there's effort put into the making of something. Which again, not to further my hate on suicide into yet another podcast, but I will, in the sense that, like I said when I was reviewing that seemed like it was like just botched together, which it was made in 4 days, and it just sounded like a school project, whereas this sounds like the real deal, which obviously it is. She was signed to a major label, and they obviously took good care of her. There's always cars beeping their horn outside here. I don't know what it is. I found it interesting. The album name, Donde Estan Los Ladrones, perdón, came from the fact that she got off a flight at one point, and her luggage, which had a bunch of lyrics in it, got stolen. And she couldn't like remember a lot of the lyrics or whatever, and she just kept wondering where the fuck the thieves were, you know. And then, obviously, you know, I don't need to spell the rest out for you. I'm sure you can figure that out. But this album was one of the catalysts for Shakira branching into her like sort of English speaking music, where like it was suggested that she should do this album in English, and at first she was reserved about it. They decided to translate one of them, I think, and it did really well. And then instead of translating an old album, she just started making newer ones, newer songs, newer music in English. And, well, she's Shakira, you know. What more do you need other than the fact that she was quite clearly successful? Because I can say she's Shakira, and do you understand what that means? It's like her name itself has enough weight to mean things. That's nuts. I'm excited to get into this album. Obviously, I've already listened to it because I've got my notes. But not only have I listened to it to make my notes, I've then been listening to it just because the song's bang. So I'm already excited to get into the first one, which is Ciega, Sordamuda, which is like, what's it, blind and deaf and dumb, or whatever it is, blind, deaf and mute. Mute and dumb mean the same thing, don't they? I think that's what dumb means. This is the point where I listen to the song, isn't it? Should I do that? Let's do that. I'm gonna do that. Oh, and I don't have to worry about like fucking my hair up with the headphones or anything like that. I can also wear hats now. Awesome. En una casa que no hace otra cosa más que amarte. What an absolute banger. What an absolute banger. This, again, not to, look, where are my words gone, right? I love love. I love to love, and therefore I love a good love song. And pretty much this whole fucking album is full of love songs. But this is such a quality love song. It's just straight away I heard it, I was like, yep, that's going into the love song. It's the whole song is essentially talking about how you like, I mean, this one is about like how you've done this to me, but like in general, when you really love someone, they just turn you into a fucking idiot. Like nothing matters. Like it turns you blind, dumb, deaf. Nothing matters. Like the only thing I can do is love you. You know, like no hay otra cosas en una cosa que no hace otra cosa más que amarte. Like I've turned myself into something that like doesn't do anything else but love you. Like there's nothing else I can do but love you. And I feel that to my core. I am a lover boy. I tell you, I am a lover boy. And when you've got me, yeah, man, you got me good. And this song, it hits me right in the feelers, hits me right in the heart, while having the audacity to be an absolute tune. The entrance goes crazy, like I believe it's a trumpet, some form of brass. I'm gonna say it's a trumpet because it sounds too high to be anything bigger, I think. But the trumpet in this goes nuts. Like, the entrance is awesome. The solo that the trumpet has goes bonkers. And when she's doing, like, her vocalizing alongside it, also goes crazy. It really makes the song, actually. Also, it's Shakira. She's got such an iconic voice. And straight away off the rip, you just get hit with that absolute classic banger of a voice. Let me stop saying the word banger. Banger? Hardly know her. Fuck you, Catherine. That's your fault. That is entirely your fault. I don't do that joke, really. But she's got it in my head. Anyway, this went straight into the love playlist. I believe I said that already. It's just incredible. The guitar is fantastic. It's upbeat. It's a very upbeat song. It's like it's not. It's very much talking about how you become useless in love and all that kind of stuff, but it makes it the happy side of that. Like, it's not the like, you've ruined me kind of thing. Like, I can't look after myself kind of thing. It's the hopelessly in love sort of side, and it's while you're still in love. You know, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. I just love you, and it feels good. That love feels good when you're in it, and it gives you a glimpse of that. It reminds you of how good that love feels. It reminds you of being there, and this is the thing as well. It's just like Shima says in it. She's like, I don't know how to forget you, alluding to maybe the fact that, like, she's supposed to be forgetting. Maybe it's happened. It's done. It's over. However, it doesn't matter. And I'm sure we've all been there as well. I know I have, where, sure, it might be over. That doesn't stop me from loving you. That does not stop. If anything, it's not helped at all. If anything, things have got worse. I love you more. But here we are, you know. I gotta say, this, as soon as I heard this being the first song of the album, I got so excited. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm about to get a masterclass of it. Because I was like, if this is early Shakira, right? This is when she started blowing up. So clearly, if she got bigger after this, it means this banged. So I was like, let me see what's going on here. And I get it. I really do. Let me head into the next song. And we'll go with Te Vas, which is, like, If You Go. Let's get into that song. Because, just hell yeah. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Yeah, what a tune! Dude, and you can tell she's really having fun with this song. Like, especially, like, towards the end of it, the way she ends the song. You can tell she's having fun with it. And it's, this song makes me feel like I'm the shit. You know, it makes me feel like every ex I've ever had misses me. Right now, they still miss me, and they will always miss me. That's not the case. And of course that's not the case. And I hope that's not the case. I would never wish that upon them. But that's what this song makes me feel like. This song makes me feel like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best. If if you're gonna choose them over me, fine. You do that. They're gonna get old and ugly. Me? No. See, this song is the anthem for that. It's the anthem for people who have had a partner or, like, a potential partner choose someone else over them. You know, like, you were oh god, I hate the idea, talking stages, or you were linking some of them. Oh my god, some young nonsense, right? You're in one of those sort of phases with somebody, and they choose somebody else, and you see them off doing their thing over there. this song is for anyone that's in that or been in that situation. It's so good. It's the instrumental starts off sounding like it sounds like it's gonna be a slower, sadder song than the first one. Then it builds up and gets really rocky, and I really enjoy that. Really, dog. I really enjoy the way that dog's really just ruined my entire brain cells right now. It's just gone. What happened? Where am I? Who am I? Yeah. I liked I liked the way she started. The way, like, the rhythm, the cadence to her flow, like the way she started and then builds into the more rocky. Yeah, man. This is by far the best album so far. Like, it's not even fucking close. It's just not even it's not even a contest. Like, Shaka Khan did her best and is up there, sung her heart out. But this album, for me, it's just yeah, man. I will be listening to this repeatedly. From now, I will continue to listen to this album in general. It's just an absolute tune. Awesome song. 2 out of 2 so far. She's just not missed. Damn. Also, that's the other thing. 2 songs. We've had instrumentals. The first one having a trumpet instrumental, a trumpet solo. The second one having like a guitar solo. And again, they just fit so well in the song. Gives it a bit of breathing space. Fits in the song. Makes the music go hard as shit. It's just, like I was saying about it being produced well, the album is just well made. The music's beautifully made, and it's got Shakira on top of it. Oh, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Let's get into the next one, because I want to listen to it. The third one is Moscas en la Casa. Flies in the house. No one likes flies in the house. But, you know, sometimes you get them. I mean, a lot of the time you get them. And they're really fucking annoying. Anyway, let's get into the next song. There's that musical break again, just giving it some space. I would love to live in Colombia, but it terrifies the fuck out of me. I just feel like if I moved there, I'd just fucking die. I just feel like I'd get murdered very quickly. At the end of the song here put me into a thought of being in Colombia, because I was listening to her voice and I was like, I love the Colombian accent. That's why I got there. Anyway, back to the song, Moscas en la Casa. Pues, this song is a lot slower, more sort of sad, kind of, like, well, yeah, I mean, it is sad, more grey. It's missing you. It's a yearn. That's what it is. It's a yearner's song. It's for my yearners out there. HJ, I'm talking to you, my boy. For my yearners out there, this song is for you. It's just talking about how shit sucks without them, you know, like everything's just a bit naff, you know, like it's a bit grey, not got much going on. There's trash on the floor of my house and there's flies in my house because I'm sort of just rotting, you know, waiting for you. But the song itself, beautiful. The music is sweet and slow, and it's got that somehow the song sounds like it's yearning for someone. You know, it's like it's sweet but it's sad. Um, it she really lets her vocals do the work on this song. She really like she reminds you, hey, like I know you know, but like I'm Shakira. I can sing, bitch, and she is in fact Shakira. Um, it's wonderful. Also, on the build up towards her using the titular line, there's like I want to say it's a violin or some sort of string. It's maybe a cello. Feels a bit deeper than a violin. Yo, God damn it. Maybe a cello perhaps. Some sort of string instrument on the build up towards Moscas in Casa. It just makes the song. It builds this sort of drama. It feels impactful. It's really nice. It's got that sweet romantic feel to it. It's what like strings do have that sort of romantic feel to it, and that's what it brings up. Um, and I really fuck with it. All of these intros so far, when I'm listening to the intros, it makes me feel like I'm waiting to do karaoke. It's got that, you know that's what it is. It reminds me of like playing any sort of music game in the like 2000s with my sister. Like bit on like the PlayStation 2. What was that game on PlayStation 2, and you had it came with like it come with a microphone maybe? Oh, I don't remember. God, I don't I'm really testing my memory here. I do not know. But I remember I just remember playing singing games with my sister back in the day. That's such a vibe actually. Dylan, I'm I'm just saying, next time like oh my god, we should do it for like Christmas or something. We should get like a singing game for Christmas. She won't do it with me anymore, but we so should. That'd be incredible. We should so do that. Off topic again. What a surprise. Moscas in la Casa. This for me. The first two are like two that I definitely like will go back and listen to. I tell you what it is. It's because of where I am mentally at the minute. I'm in a better place, and I'm trying to not listen to as much sad music. Because obviously, like it affects your vibe, you know. So, right now, I'll be listening to the first two more than this one. However, like if I was like months ago, and I was like coming out of a relationship, and I wanted a yearny song, this is the one. This is one of the ones that would be in rotation. So again, beautiful song, romantic, yearny, love it. Good song. Let's get on to the next one, Creo, I believe. And let's see what it's got to offer. Yet another tune. She just can't help herself, can she? She just can't help herself. This we go back to upbeat. Another thing that I enjoy here is I've got fluff on my toes. That's not what I enjoy. What I enjoy is with the album we've got an upbeat song into a fast rocky song into this slow yearny passionate song into again a nice upbeat song. She changes like the pace and the speed as we go through the album. It's not like it doesn't make you feel same. You know, you get some variance to it. It gives you that sort of change to allow you to keep listening through. This song, again, like every song so far has been love themed, and like I said, I love to love. This is essentially saying about how you are everything to me. Again, you are the only person who knows me. You're the only thing that matters to me. Wherever the fuck you want to go, wherever you want to be, whatever you want to do, I'm gonna do that. I don't believe in any other. Nothing else is real. Nothing else is real or matters. I don't believe in anything else. I believe in you. And again, it speaks to my heart about how the rest of the world really can just disappear when you're in love with someone. You know, like there's nothing else matters. Sure, things might be real, things might exist, but like nothing else matters. As long as you are by their side, who cares? Who gives a shit? And again, she's hit the nail on the head. She's speaking to, like, if you're speaking to people's feelings, it's already going to be a good song, you know, like that's part of what people want from music, is they want to be able to relate to it, they want to be able to feel themselves in it, you know, and she writes really well for that, you know. This is what I was alluding to when I was saying that she really, like, her songwriting is incredible. Like, she finds how you feel, puts it succinctly in, like, a short amount of words, and makes it catchy and singable and ready to go. It's fantastic. And then you've paired that with her incredible vocal talent, which again in this song, she's young. I think she's like early 20s in this, and she just seems so sure of herself and her voice, and she sings incredibly. Like, she just plays around, like the way, I don't know how you move your voice like that. It's incredible, but she just seems so sure, and she's fantastic. And then you pair that with the incredible production of the album, the beautiful music. There's a harmonica solo in this, which, like, what the fuck are you doing with a harmonica solo in your song? But it goes crazy, it goes nuts, and it fits so well. Yeah, it's just very good. This song, again, although it's about being hopelessly in love and that kind of stuff, it gives me very summery vibes. Like, I could imagine, again, I could imagine being in a top down convertible with my friends. What friends, you ask? But with my friends, bopping through, I don't know, somewhere. I don't know, Valencia. With the I've never been to Valencia. It gives me that bopping through there with the roof down. I've got hair in my mouth. I think it's still in there. Very, very good. She also, like, she breaks out into, like, almost rap a bunch in a couple of her songs, and it slaps. I mean, it kind of goes with how, you know, Spanish speakers tend to just speak as if they're rapping anyway. They just, for some reason, speak at light speed, which does not help giddies like me understand. But, you know, that's fine. Luckily enough, this is music, so it has lyrics, and I can read them, which does, in fact, help. With that being said, let's just turn the page and move on to our next song, being Inevitable. Inevitable. You know what I'm saying? I am inevitable. And I am Iron Man. Bosh, Inevitable. We got another, like, again, so we start off with, like, the intro, and then bam, we're into, like, this hard, heavy rock. I mean, not hard, it's not even hard, heavy, but, like, it's hard-hitting rock. True rock music. And, you know, like, this is the thing, I've never particularly cared for, like, rock or, like, punk music or anything like that. Like, you know, I didn't mind it back in the day, but, like, I never really cared about it. But this makes me want to go back and listen to, like, rock music from, like, when I was a kid. Because it just reminds me of like so much that I used to hear back in the day. Like, yeah, April Lavigne's and your Evanescence and your other people that I fail to think of currently. I don't even know if they're the same, but it just gives me those vibes, you know, and it's just, yeah, she goes off, and, like, she's got such a powerful voice, and it works so well with rock. Like, this album has completely changed how I see Shakira. Like, it's completely changed. I feel like I understand now. I'm like, oh, that's Shakira, right? Fair enough. Right, now I feel like I've got, like, I feel like I've had the background on Shakira that I've been missing all this time, you know? I find it funny that she says she doesn't know anything about football. Like, she doesn't understand football, considering who she later went on to marry. And now divorce, I believe. I think he cheated on her, didn't he? PK. Something like that. How you cheat on Shakira? What? Like, are we, what? I don't know, man. I don't know. How we cheating in general. Yeesh. All I gotta say is this song is, it's a classic. It just feels like a classic. Like, it just, everything that it should be, it is. And I don't even know what it should be, but it is what it should be. Like, whatever it should be is what it is. And I know I've said the same thing 3 times, but, you know, it is what it is. Now 4. Really well produced. Again, it's just a very good song. Another love song, of course. What more do you want? For me, it's not one of my favorites, but that doesn't mean it's a bad song by any shot. Like, I listen to it and I'm, like, banging my head, enjoying it. You know, like, it's just, it doesn't matter if it's not my favorite. The whole album bangs. You know, it's just, obviously there are ones that I'm gonna like more than other ones, and therefore it's not one of my top of these, but it's bloody up there. You know what I mean? It's got me rethinking again. Like, this album has made me think about how I want to do the top of the top 500 playlist, because it's making me want to decide whether or not I want to put a rule on and say that, like, there's only one allowed per album, maybe. If I choose one song per album to go in there. I mean, obviously that doesn't mean that an album has to get in there. For example, Suicide, none of them get in there. But maybe I do only one song per album. I think that makes it fair. Makes it hard, but makes it fair. Anyway, with that being said, let's get on to the next song. Octavo Dia. The 8th day. I want to know what that instrument is where it goes. I got something in my throat. Anyway. Yay! That might possibly be my favourite on the album. It's between this one, Ciega Sordamuda, and the last song, which obviously we haven't got to yet. This is the chorus. The chorus just goes absolutely bonkers. Also, chess mentioned. Yeah, we love chess. So that just tickles my tism, so I enjoy that anyway. But finally a non-love song, which is interesting. I'm getting attacked by like burps right now. A non-love song, a great song though. The intro, it's very like the song line of the intro is very different to the rest of the music that we've heard so far. What it reminds me of, right? I don't know. This might be too niche of a reference, but if you know of Battle Block Theatre from like Xbox 360, the soundtrack from that one goes unbelievably hard. Absolutely love it. Always have. Always will. Game class. Everything about that game was incredible. Anyway, the start of this reminds me of the music from Battle Block Theatre. And obviously for me that's a great start. But it's I don't know how to explain that, but if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Again, her voice is fucking incredible. She's just... It's like witchcraft the way she moves that bitch around. It's just so good. Such a beautiful singer. The background music, guitar, every element of this song is fantastic. As soon as the first time I heard it, it went straight into my liked songs. Not like for anyone that knows me, I listen to my liked songs. Like I'll make playlists, sure, but when I go to listen to music, I just go to liked songs. And I press at the top and I listen to my liked songs. Some days I'll shuffle. Most of the time I'll just go to liked songs and I'll listen the way down. Right. This went straight in there because I want it in my ears over and over again. This is an absolute tune. And yeah, it's top 3 of the album easily. Easily top 3 of the album. One of my favourite songs. And there's got some hand drums in there which I'm fucking with. Anyway, that's enough for Octavo Dia. We'll move on to Que Vuelvas. Essentially, I want you to come back. I hope you return. Which, joder, tío, espero que vuelvas. Pero las cosas no funcionan así, la verdad. Pues, listo. I think the kids have gone back to school. No, they just stood under my window. There's literally just 5 kids stood under my window. For why? I don't know. I don't know why I'm putting those back on. I just listened to the song. Okay, Que Vuelvas. This is A very easy to listen to, very catchy song. This song sounds like it was intended to be performed on stage, so that the crowd can have something easy to repeat back to, you know, and get involved with. It sounds like that sort of like crowd engagement song. It's for that. It's like it's not something that I will into like it's not caught me as heavy as the others. It's still a good song. Should I just wait until these kids fuck off? That's unbelievably annoying. Um, well, that's you're gonna have to deal with kids in the background of me talking because I can't do anything about that. And fuck you, I guess. Also, now you've seen that I'm wearing shorts. I've got a shirt on, but I'm wearing shorts. Sue me. It's the classic work from home get up. You know what I mean? Like I'm putting on a good front up top, and then you know beneath I'm relaxing. But you know you're this far into the video now, so you're here to stay. Speaking of which, if you're here to stay, feel free, subscribe, like, drop a comment, let me know what your favourite song has been so far, and how you're feeling, and other things as such. Back to Que Vuelvas. The drum beat's very upbeat. Again, I like the way that we're chopping and changing between tempos and keeping it fresh between songs. Like I said, this is a very like crowd engagement-y type song. It's very easy to listen to. Like, you could put it on and I wouldn't be mad about it. It's not one that I particularly like. It's not made me go wow or anything. It's just a good song. You know, it's just a decent, good, catchy song. And again, that always works for crowd engagement, and radio, for example, works really well for. The song itself is a very classic yearny song. Again, the entire album seems to be very much like coming from a heartbroken woman, which, I mean, apart from the woman part of that, I tend to relate to those sort of songs. Like, I fuck with heartbreak music. It always just goes harder. Let's get into this next song and hope that these kids fuck off by the time that I've finished listening to it. But something tells me they're there to stay. Because it's like these like 5 kids and like their moms just stood there. I don't know why she's chosen this corner. But apparently this corner is just the hangout spot. So, fair enough. Maybe you can't even hear it on the mic, but I can. And it's really fucking annoying. So yeah. And now you might say, oh, why are you such a fucking, like, knob about it, you know? Like, why are you so shitty about it? It's not that I expect them to do anything different, you know? I'm not mad at them. It's not their fault. Like, they're just existing in the world alongside me, you know? Like, I'm not mad at them. But that doesn't mean I have to be happy about it, you know? That doesn't mean I can't moan about it, you know? Silence. Oh. Yummy. Right, let's listen to the next song. God. Now that is a fucking beautiful song. We're back down to a slow tempo, and ouch. That is a true love song. Like, like, I cannot live without you. And I'm glad I didn't find that months ago, because that would have torn me to shreds. It's fantastic, and her voice is incredible, man. I've said it so many times before, but it's unreal. It's the same way I felt with Shaka Khan. There's no surprise that these people blew up the way they did, because my God, can they sing. and she really does have a very unique voice. This song's so heartfelt, and like it feels like she's hurting while singing it, and I love when you can hear it, like feelings in a song. We've got like this acoustic guitar and a little keyboard coming in. It's a very nice song. It hits you deep in your feelers, and yeah, I really like that song. I've put that in my love playlist. Obviously, as I said, it's a true love song, and for that, it's got to find its way in there. No, it's like if you don't have that love, then it's terribly sad. If you do have that love, then I could see it being a beautiful love song also. Um, but it is sad. It's like she's just saying that, like, essentially just like there is no point in living without you, and obviously that's never how you should be. You don't want to be like that. You should have your own self too. You know what I mean? But when it comes to music, I think it's allowed to convey those sort of things. And we've all been there where it's felt like that. This is again. This is the problem. It's hard to say this is top whatever of the album because there's so many top songs in this. Like there's a lot of good music in this album. A lot of good music in this album. This is a fantastic song. And there's like again, there's potential for a load of these to be in the top of the top 500, but I think I'm going to try and stick to one per album. I know I've got two of the Rufus songs in there, so I need to take one of them out, but I'll decide about that later. But yeah, so let's move into the next song, and the next song is actually the namesake of the album, I believe. It is. So I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to run downstairs and put some food in the microwave and try and get some sort of food in me before I have to dip for the ultimate Frisbee. I'm hoping I can get through all of this before I have to go. I'm sure I can. Maybe. I've only got really like half an hour actually, so maybe we do need to speed the fuck up here. But I'm going to do that. So let's listen to the song. Hello. Okay. Donde están los ladrones? We have a short, punchy rock song which does not let down the album title. You know, like, if it's got the title, you want it to be a good statement piece song. And that's what it is. It is hard, it's good, it's got that harmonica again. Don't know who's playing it for it, but damn. They know how to use the harmonica. This song is interesting as well, because like the whole thing, what she's saying is she's like, we're all thieves in some sort of way, in different ways. And like she's saying, what if I'm a thief? What if it's me? What if I'm a thief? Now what? Why this just changed song for some reason. The way she hits Eos when she's saying like, what if it's there? But like she sings the fuck out of that. She's again, you hear the power and skill in her voice. It's a good song. It's a song. It's got something to say. It's punchy. It's catchy. She really like she shows her shit in that song where she says I'm that bitch that whole way through the song, and it goes incredibly. It's a very good song, and I enjoy it a lot. And I think that's about all I have to say for that song. The next song being Sombra de Ti, like your shadow, like the shadow of you. Let's get into it. Give that a listen. And again, we get another heartbreak song. We go again. This is what I'm saying, is they pace the album very well. It's not sad after sad after sad. You get like these peppy songs in between to break up the sort of slower, sadder songs, which I like, especially when you're trying to sell an album. Like, it's sad music does sell, but obviously, especially more when radio was a bigger thing, you don't want to be pumping out sad songs over the radio all the time. So it's nice to have those breaks in them. It does make you want to know who broke this bitch's heart, because holy fuck, whatever they did to her, yeesh. She's going through some shit here, and bitch, I feel it, because damn. But yeah, it's again what I find incredible is her songwriting. She finds a way to make complex feelings come out in simply written, catchy, memorable like songs, and she does it really well. Like, she does that really well. And I like the songwriting is an impressive skill. I enjoy songwriting myself, and I am by no means great at it. I'm no means good at it. I just enjoy doing it, and as someone who enjoys doing it, I can see the genius in her songwriting. She's fantastic at it. The music, again, the whole way through, the production's been incredible. The music's fantastic. The guitar's really good. The guitar solo in this, with whatever effect it is on that guitar, is really cool. Goes really well with the song. Massively like it. She shows that she can do this much softer style of vocals as well, without any problems, and it still keeps the quality of her voice. She's still just as good. You can hear the pain in her voice once again, and I love that. It just, again, the whole album sort of fits together. It's a very heartbreak rock sort of album, and every song in it so far fits. I believe the last song is the only song that I feel doesn't really fit, but it just bangs, so, you know, we'll let it slide. But, yeah, she's very talented. As we know, it's Shakira. But, incredible work, and I really enjoy the song. Let's move on to the last song, shall we? So we can get out of here on time and get to play some Frisbee. We'll get on to the last song, Ojos Asi. Eyes like this. Oh, pumping. Wow. Pumping. Wow. Okay. Pardon me. Wowzers. What an absolute banger of a song. Does not fit for me at all with the rest of the album. But it's so good. I mean, it's romantic. It's like it's kind of romantic, but it's not quite. It's not quite the same vibe as the rest of the songs. Mainly for the fact that this reminds me of like the Shakira that I am aware of, right? This is more. So there's some Arabic in this. I'm pretty sure she's got roots in Lebanon, I believe. I think her dad's side or something like that. And this song is like the rest of the album sort of gives me South America and American vibes. This song gives me Middle Eastern sort of rock vibes, and it fucks. It's such an absolute tune. I was not expecting this when I first listened to the album. I did not know that this was coming. I heard the upbeat vibe and I was like, okay, alright. And then we just started. I was like, okay, all right. It's an incredible song. I originally have put this, and I think I'll keep this in there. I've put this in the top of the top 500. Now, the only thing that makes you want to put something else in there, either Ciega, Sordamuda, or what was the other one? Or Octavo Dia, joder. One of those two in there is because obviously those are more fit, like those more fit the album, and it makes me think, oh, that. But this is in the album, so it doesn't matter if it fits the album. This is in the album, and it's one of, if not the best song in the album. This is the other one of the top 3. That's how you end an album, right? Leave somebody with a taste of something in their mouth that they were. You've listened to the whole album and you're like, wow, that's a good album, and then you go and bang, have that in your fucking gob. Excuse me? Just slapped you around the face with that. It's like, okay, all right, oh, okay. And it's also a good way to test out if people are fucking with it, you know? Because then they go, if people go, oh, I wasn't sure about that last song, you can go, oh, yeah, it's just took it out. If people go, well, that last one was good, then you can pivot towards it, and I like that. It's smart thinking. She's got incredible control over her voice. Didn't know that she had some Arabic in her originally before this. Doing this like research and whatnot, but here we are. I know now. I gotta say, overall, going over the album, I gotta say this album is, like I said already, this is by far the best one we've heard so far. The most enjoyable one for me so far. The songwriting in it is fantastic. I love when songs have good stories to them, or good meanings, or good stuff like that. That's big. That's a big thing for me, and I think this is the first album so far that's had the best sort of stories. That's like the only other one, the best after this one would be Arcade Fire. But this for me has the best like songwriting in it. Each song is a banger in its own right. The album's paced really well, so that not everything's the same after one another. It's really well made as a whole project. It's enjoyable to listen to. It makes you want to listen to it again. It ticks all the boxes for me. I really, really enjoy this album. I'm thinking about coming up with like a rating system, a personal rating system that I have, and I give albums that I listen to sort of like help me, like, because then like over time I can make my own ranking of albums based on what I've rated them. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try and come up with my own parameters, like re-listenability, lyrics, music, re-listenability, album wholeness, you know, some stuff like that. I don't know, so along those lines. And I'll give them all a star, like out of 5 stars, I will give them all a star, and then add up average, and that's the rating for that album. And then I can give each album what I think would be. So I think that might be a good idea. Maybe let me know if you agree in the comments. Speaking of the comments, drop me a comment on your favourite song of the album. Feel free to subscribe. think that might be the third time I've said this throughout this podcast, actually. So, if you're getting bored of me saying it, you should subscribe already. And if you have subscribed already, I love you. Thanks. Anyway, let's do my poetry section for this album. The DIY poetry. I am going to read you a poem that I wrote called Llamada Perdida, which I feel fits with the themes of this album. It was written, I'm sure, the same way as this, thinking about ex-partners, and it's a poem. So, starting off, Llamada Perdida. So it's like missed call, essentially. Te he llamado hoy otra vez, no con un móvil o con voz, sino el corazón. Y me dejaste sin respuesta, como siempre. La verdad es que me puso contento verte viviendo. Llevas una luz pura que brilló encima de mi alma y se la derritió. Ahora necesitas iluminar el mundo. No compartirla sería una injusticia. Llamaré mañana otra vez y el día próximo. Ojalá que aún no me respondas. En tu corazón espero que estés feliz. Do I translate that for my non-Spanish speakers? Or do I just leave it as it is? I guess I'll translate it for how I've been anyway. I said, I called you today, again, not with a phone or with my voice, but with my heart. And you left me without response, like always. The truth is, it made me happy to see you living. You have a pure light which shone upon my soul and melted it. Now you need to light up the world. Not to share that light would be an injustice. I will call you tomorrow again, and the day that follows. I hope that still you don't respond in your heart, and I hope that I hope you're feliz, and I hope that you're happy. I won't read into that one too much. I'll let you read that one, because I'm sure you can figure out how I feel there. But I think that fits in quite well with the yearny, lovey, heartbreaky theme of this album. That's one of my favourite poems that I've written. One of my favourite poems that I've written. I'm glad I could share it with you. So, thanks for listening. And as for a whole, thanks for listening. That's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. Wish me luck with my ultimate Frisbee tonight. And go run around like a dog and enjoy. I hope that my trainers hold up well enough, because I do need boots. I do need boots, but I don't have any. So what can you do? And also, again, wish me luck for tomorrow, where I have my date with the police and see what kind of state I'm in. Fingers crossed, touch wood. Hopefully everything should be good. Look at that, I just can't stop writing poetry, can I? As for everything else,
I don't know.
as much as you've wished me luck, I wish you luck in all your endeavours. I hope you're well, I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week, if not sooner. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta pronto, amigos.